I had a client based in New Jersey in the technology industry, about 150,000 employees nationwide. The CEO took an unusual and very close interest in what went on in the medical and insurance programs of the company. They were thinking about expanding some of the programs with the carrier, and they wanted to figure out how to robustly do an evaluation. I wrote a book called Program Management and Evaluation. It's a textbook now used by actuaries in this field. Actuaries are in the business of exploding myths. And ConsumerMedical was one of the programs that we looked at. We looked at the data, we came up with a way of doing an evaluation. If you're looking at what happened before a program and after a program, that you've got apples to apples. You don't need to do any of these adjustments that people can criticize and say it's some sort of actuarial black box. ConsumerMedical goes after a different set of issues. Very often the kinds of pathways specialists are recommending to patients involve surgery, which obviously are high cost. ConsumerMedical helps the patient to understand their treatment, and secondly to understand that there may be options available to them. Things like hip replacement, knee replacement, a lot of those sorts of surgeries. And the methodology that we came up with was to look to see what was the original intent, or what had this patient been recommended, and what was the pathway that they were on. Did they change the outcome after the intervention by ConsumerMedical? What we found was that a very large percentage of the patients changed their intent. And the amounts of money that was saved by the ConsumerMedical program were quite substantial. And that's what's interesting about ConsumerMedical. They focus on things where you can actually have an effect. I approached this as I do every other study, not expecting to see very much there. But in this case, I've looked at the data, and I think they are the future for personalized medicine.
10 years of data show us that many ConsumerMedical members faced with elective surgery and armed with in-depth research and support decided to have no surgery or a less invasive option. The results have been dramatic savings. ConsumerMedical. Talk to us about our independently audited savings guarantee with 100% of fees at risk.